Hey everybody, we will be looking at Belmont Park on Friday, June 2nd. There's already a Penn National, Penn Mile Pick 4 posted. We're going to be doing a Pick 4 here from Belmont in races 6 through 9. Also look for that video. Belmont on Friday, June 2nd. First post is at 1 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be jumping into the first race here in a second. We give out a top 3 selections, and I recommend playing the top selection to win in place. The other uh, total 3 selections for each race, exactas and trifectas box. Play them however you normally play. My goal ultimately is to help you with Thorostat be able to dive into races either that you need more insight into and also don't have hours to handicap, or confirmation on a horse that may be a top selection that you were going to single. Play straight across the board, give a long shot, whatever you, however you play, use us to that advantage. My goal is just make your handicapping a little bit more efficient and in time and cost effective. So we're going to dive into race 1 on Belmont on Friday at Belmont Park right now. Race 1 on Friday at Belmont is a maiden special weight 5 furlong on the main track. Most of these horses are first-time starters. We are going to jump into our top selections. Top selection is 1, 6, and 2 here at Belmont Park in the opener. The 1 Magic 8 Ball is our top selection, not just because I like to use the Magic 8 Ball and shake it up, but this upstart first-time starter, 2-year-old filly. This is a baby race here at Belmont Park on Friday. Not just Tom Morley and John Velasquez aboard, but this horse ran a bullet work on the 24th of May um, on the main track at Belmont. A decently bred mare who has dropped 11 foals, 50% in the money, a little bit of a negative ROI, but probably because her her foals are favorites and not returning much. So 820 leads me to believe 4-1 and less. So they probably get beat as a favorite. Who cares? It's a classy fucking foal. So and a classy dam. Predictress out of Vicar, upstart, Kentucky bred. This 2-year-old baby has had multiple bullet works, a decent gate work as well. 4 of 87. So that's going to be our top selection. Morning line is 5-2. The next selection here is going to be permed. Definitely not pre-med. It's permed. Street Boss, Philly. Todd Pletcher, 21% with 2-year-olds. This one had a decent gate work as well on the 26th at Monmouth, 8 of 40. And IRAD in the last 10 days is 29% winners. And yeah, had 2 decent gate workouts back to back, which leads me to believe this horse will be live coming out of the gate. But I like the inside horse a bit more. And the 6 is also Raichu, if you're a Pokemon fan. Out of Catholic Boy, this horse, not a bad work out of the gate on the 27th for Juan AC Avila, um, or Juan Carlos Avila. Bullet work on the 7th too at Belmont or at Monmouth, and this is the only foal, or actually the second foal hasn't run yet. Not a bad runner for Princess Samurai out of First Samurai. So our top 3 selections in race 1, that's me babbling a bit in this opener, 1, 6, and 2, with our top selection being Magic 8 Ball. Let's get this horse in for the win. Magic 8 Ball. Belmont Park race 2, maiden claiming race, mile on the turf on the, I believe it's the inner turf. Either way, it's on the turf. The horse that's going to be tough to beat in my eyes, and I'm, putting things in the universe. If you say it, you'll make it. Diamond status. I'm not there yet. Love to get there. American Airlines, I'm looking at you. But diamond status is the speed of this race. Midshipman out of a big brown mare. And the 5 is our top selection. Jose Ortiz is 26% in the last 10 days. Been crushing on the turf, 16%. Third off of a layoff. Bobbled break. Had Lane Luzzy aboard. Is that Lane Luzzy? Oh, Lane Luzzy aboard at Monmouth. I thought he was still running at Lone Star. Looks like he's at Monmouth now. This midshipman filly should close into it a bit. Not a bad work on the 26th. 7 of 36. And has all the speed. So came second already on the turf at Belmont. 2 seconds out of 9 starts on the turf. I'm gonna say the speed wins this race regardless, which is gonna be the 5, our top selection. The 1 we'll use underneath, and the 2. The 1 is a second time starter, Mike Maker, Irad Ortiz aboard, going from a sprint to a route. Maker's 24% there, and the 2 underneath. Also a second time starter, second time Lasix for Gustavo Rodriguez, Jose Lescano aboard. Together they are 44% ROI. Gustavo Rodriguez, almost a 600% ROI. So we're going to lean into this Street Sense filly second time. Lasix, second time starter. Top selection, though, is going to be this speed. American Airlines, Call Me, Diamond Status is our top selection. And then the 1 and the 2 underneath. We're going to do Diamond Status, Can't Keep Me Down, and Solivos Spritz 5-1-2 for our selections here in race 2. Short field here. I'm not going to waste too much time. We're already pretty deep here, and we have 5 more races, 6 more races to go after this race. 5-horse field. Top selections are going to be 4, 1, and 5. The 4 does have the late pace here. I think the 1 and 5 will hold on. The 1's going to be the odds-on favorite. Flute Master and ASAP Restoration we'll use underneath. I'm going to try to go for a long shot play here. I do see some form in this 4 in a 5-horse field. Wish it wasn't this way, but Jackie Davis, first off a 30-day layoff, and Linda Dixon is 23% winners last out. I think because of the last race at Aqueduct, going a mile, going a little bit further, barely got it by a half a length here. Boys Code out of at Toscanova, Lemon Drop Kid Mare on top. 4 is our top selection. 1 and 5. Looking to just add some value and beat this 1, the Flute Master. We have 4, 1, and 5 in our top 3 here. Race 3 at Belmont on Friday. Belmont Park, race 4, 7 furlong claiming race here on the main track on Friday. Very formful race here too. I don't want to waste too much time into this one. Melting Snow and Run Devil are going to be out on the front end. They're the early speed and the pace setting speed in this race. The 5 and 7 are going to get out in front. Looking at this pace speed figures, this 7 furlong race, in how the track is set up at Belmont, runs more like a traditional route race in my eyes. So I see this 3 who has the late speed, Mon Petit Chou, closing, winning this race. It's a little bit more of a long shot in my eyes. We'll probably go off at 5-1, maybe even a little higher. Just depends on if the 5 and 7 take much money here. But morning line is 6-1. The 3 is our top selection, Mon Petit Chou over, I don't speak French, my bad. The 7, Melting Snow, who's the favorite, and Run Devil to round out our top 3. 3-7-5, race 4 at Belmont on Friday. Belmont Park, Friday, June 2nd, race 5, maiden claiming, 6 furlongs on the turf. We got a 9-horse field once these 2 scratch out. I got an interesting selection here as my top selection. It's going to be the 2. Lena Wright is the top selection. There's a morning line 6-1. I think it'll sit off the pace. Underneath, I'm using Lexi's Spirit, the 7-2 morning line horse, and the morning line favorite, first time starter. I'm going to jump into the first time starter first and work my way back. I believe Wesley Ward stands U.S. Navy flag, and another, is it Hootenanny? Wesley Ward has a couple horses where he stands at his farm in Kentucky. I think U.S. Navy flag is one of them. That's why there's not a stud fee next to it. I'm pretty sure it's Hootenanny too. At least Hootenanny. But this one stood out to me because Wesley's trained in it. If it is a homebred for Wesley, on his farm, and he's shipping in and breeding like this exchange rate mare. I love exchange rates, especially on the turf, if they've got it on the bottom side. Johnny V aboard, 15% on the turf here. Uh, Also, this U.S. Navy flag. It's only 4 starters or 4 starts. 75% wins. 75% in the money. Sorry, I'm pointing at my screen like a bozo. Uh, and 115% ROI. Uh, May 18th had a bullet workout at Saratoga, 1 of 13. So this first time starter's in my mix. We've got the 7, who's got the late speed, coming off a little bit of a layoff. Had a decent work at Belmont. Cantharos, I love Cantharos on the turf as well, especially sprinting. 14% winners. Jose Lascano, 13% winners for himself on this surface. Is the late speed in this race? I don't see much pace. It's a huge field, so if there can be a pace stool up front, I think this horse who's hit the board once of 4 starts on the turf will either break its maiden or hit the board. The horse I like, though, is Linerite. Dave Donk, 13% on the turf. Always has a little bit of a tricky horse, I think, sometimes. Has Jose Ortiz. Jose Ortiz is 26% in the last 10 days. Second off of a layoff, ran at this distance, came third with Irad aboard, so switching brothers here. Second off of a 6-month layoff. Dave is 20% as a trainer and went pretty wide to make this move. So I think if it doesn't have to make such a wide sweeping move, should be able to make up that distance. It only lost by 3 1/4 lengths to Boss of All. So that's why I like the 2, 6 to 1, a little bit of a shot here in race 5. Once again, we've got the first time starter underneath, we've got the closer, and we got a tricky Dave Donk horse on top. Morning line 6 to 1. The 2 is our top selection though. Linerite, Lexi Spirit, the 7 underneath. The first time starter for Wesley. I'm going to look back up, and I believe U.S. Navy flag stands at Wesley Ward's farm. Let me know in the comments or at me on Twitter if I'm wrong or right. I know Hootenanny does, but let me know. River Tay underneath. 2, 7, and 8 are top selections in race 5 at Belmont Park on Friday. Belmont Park, race 6, late pick 4 starts here. If you want to pick 4, it's a little pricey again. There's 2 horses I like in the next race. You can single the next race if you want, but watch that video. Give out a $108 ticket for that if you're interested in the late pick 4. Races 6 to 9 on Friday. But it's a 10-horse field. The horse I like is going to be the closing speed here. For the middle of the pack, the middle of the field, 4, 5, and 6, I think it'll be running out on the front end. I think the 4 and I think it's a 6 hold on a bit just because of the total speed they have in this field. The 9, though, Clever Thought morning line is 3 to 1 is our top selection. Clever Thought. I have plenty of those. Not right now, though. It's pretty formful. So later on, we'll get some Clever Thoughts going. But this Ghost Zapper Dam has a positive ROI, 40% in the money, 10 starts, so 4 in the money. Positive ROI, 15%, almost a $12 median win dollars. Coming off of a little bit of a layoff, coming in from Keeneland. Got bumped at the 8th pole last out, was passing horses, and I think just lost its. This colt just once it got hit, it kind of slowed down a bit. Irad cooled him off a bit. Ruben Silvera aboard for this horse, and who else? Todd Pletcher is 20%, first off a month or 2 layoff, but it is the late speed here. I think we'll mow down this field. It's already 1 on the turf, 1 of 2. So morning line 3 to 1, really tough to beat in my eyes. Kitten's Joy on the 6. Sies Magnifique. Let me know how my French is. Probably pretty shitty, but I think I nailed that one pretty good. Second time Lasix for Chad Brown. Second off of a layoff. Came third with Flavian Pratt. Switching to Eric Cancel. Not a big fan of that reverse switch. Eric's been pretty cold, but I think this horse is classy enough at this distance. The Dam also. Bratata got a more than ready in the money 75% of the time. is the early speed in this race. And the other horse that'll be pressing that horse is Mondego. Joel Rosario, Christophe Clement, third off of a layoff, one last out by 2 1/4 lengths. I see this horse also pressing, but very beatable on the front end. So the 9, with all that late speed, that late kick, stay clear. Don't bump into any more horses, Jose Ortiz, please. And this horse will win for fun. 9, 6, and 4. 9, Clever Thought, our top selection. Sies Magnifique and Mondego to wrap out that top 3. Race 6 on Friday. All right, this is the formful race. I'm going to give a top 3 in the pick 4. I'm only giving 2 horses. Honestly, you could single the 5 if you want. I think the 1 is beatable. Who will be it's a second choice in the morning line. I think it'll be the odds-on favorite when post time happens on Friday. Claiming race, mile on the main track. 5 is the early speed. To me, 5 is the total speed here. We'll pop over. I'll show you that. I believe my top selections for the next race are 5, 1, and 3. I'm using the 3 just to give you a top 3 selections in race 7, but we're only using, to go deeper in those turf races, we're only using 2 in the pick 4. I'm going to stop talking about the pick 4 now. Go watch that video. Icebox, 7-year-old mare out of Dehir, Sue's here. Positive ROI on this dam and her production, 113%, almost 7-2 is what you get on that horse. 2-1 on this, so that's what you're getting on her median win dollars. And this horse is just total speed here. Has won at the distance, hasn't won or run at Belmont, so that's my only little bit of concern. But Peter Walder does ship in to New York and have some live runners. The 1 will be running late. Has been running on the all weather and also has won 3 for 3 at the distance, has run at Belmont and didn't hit the board, so that's why I think this horse is beatable. And the 3 we're using underneath is just the other pace horse that'll close in to the 5. But our 5 here, what is the name of this horse again? The 5, it's cold in Dehir over This Lady Is the Law and Triple P are our top 3 selections, but the 5 is our top pick. It's cold in Dehir in race 7 at Belmont Park. Belmont Park, race 8, 6 furlong claiming on the turf. We've got 8 horses that'll pull in this sprint. The 8 is the front end speed. The 8 is the total speed in this race. I don't see this 8 losing once we scratch out here. I want to try to beat the coupled entry though. I think the coupled entry is the 2 are the 2 horses to beat, Upper Level and True Believe. And the 2 also will be running late, but the 8 is our top selection in race 8 at Belmont Park on the turf on Friday. The 8 here is More Than Ready Dam. Kettle's sister is 42% in the money with her foals, 6% positive ROI. Hasn't run since November, but Tom Morley is 14%. Winners off of a 6-month or more layoff. Has won on the turf though. That's why I'm taking this horse on top. Has won on the turf here at Belmont Park. Has 2 wins on the turf, 4 of 7 in the money. So I see this horse just getting to the front end and making a game out of it for these coupled entries that come running late, and then using the 1s, 1 and 1A, and the 2 underneath. Note this No Nay Never gelding for Mike Gorham. Mike Gorham's had some decent runners on the turf at Pimlico and on the East Coast here this last week. So I'm rounding out my top 3 with the 2. Our top selection though is the 8 deep cover using the coupled entries underneath. True Believe, Upper Level, and Science, the Irish spread, the 2 underneath. 8, 1, and 2 in this feature at Belmont Park on Friday. All right, in the finale, race 9, Belmont Park, we've got the 2, 7, and 5 atop on this 1 3/8 inner turf maiden special weight. We got 10 horses in the field. The 2 is the pressing pace closer here. I think we'll make a move. Equal Protection is the 2, our top selection. And then I'm going to pop back over the 2 coming off of a 30-day layoff, getting blinkers on. Um, for Chad Brown. Chad Brown, 30% off of a 1 to 2 month layoff. Blinkers on, 27% in general. Blinkers on the first time, 30%. So we got a positive ROI here. I love Kendrick aboard on this horse. Kendrick Carmouche, 22% and a positive ROI in the last 10 days. So I like that move there, switching away from Manny Franco. And that that too is the speed here. So with the blinkers, I think it'll focus a bit more, be able to make that move, not dawdle in the stretch. So the 2 equal protection. Morning line 4-1 is our top pick. The 7 is that early speed along with the 2 that has enough speed. I think will hold on for a piece. Bellamy, and then Cyber Ninja is the other late runner here. Is a top selection for some other people, but I think it will hit the board. I'm going to try to beat Cyber Ninja with equal protection because of those equipment changes and the jockey change. So in the finale, the 2 equal protection, 7 Bellamy, 5 Cyber Ninja, 275 in the finale. Thanks again for watching. Pop over, watch our pick 4 preview in the late pick 4 races 6 to 9. My name's Dave. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Follow us at Twitter. There are chapters in the description so you can pop through races, and then follow us, subscribe to the channel at Thorostat, and like this video to get notifications for other full card analysis, pick 4 previews, live streaming of Del Mar, Saratoga, and any other handicapping events you all want to see. Thanks again. Good luck on Friday, and let's cash here at Belmont Park on this card on Friday.